thanks for being with us here today. So what prompted you to join with the collective?
Absolutely. It's crazy, really, how long it took me. One day I was in the kitchen and I overheard my kids' conversation. All right, kids, are you ready to go to church?
I'm so hungry. Can't we just eat food at church?
I think I'd rather go to a church with less attractive people.
I'm too tired. If we could sleep at church, I'd go.
Or if we played soccer, I'd go to church.
So I got a brilliant idea. Church should be about what the individual wants to do. I wanted to make a church that all of my kids would enjoy and want to go there. So I decided to start the collective. The beliefs of the collective is simple. Anyone can join, but you have to add something to the group that means a lot to you. This can include sports, music, even eating. Some of our core beliefs are individualism, expressing yourself. Your ideas matter. You control how you worship. We celebrate you.
So what do you think inspired people to join the collective?
I think people liked the ideas presented to them by Jennifer Lawrence. I think they felt liberated by the belief in individualism that she demonstrates by making the core beliefs and ideas center on the self and each person's uniqueness. She definitely drew people in. Members of the collective had strong religious capital in the celebration of the individual, and strong social capital as many celebrities joined the religion, thereby influencing many to join.
Jennifer Lawrence is not only a talented actress and comedian, she is the founder and recognized authority of our religious group, the collective. She is an excellent, compelling public speaker, but unlike other celebrities in our position, Lawrence presents lots of qualities not normally seen. She is a positive influence promoting individuality and body positivity. She is comfortable being herself even in front of cameras.
She is almost always seen talking about food in some context. All these qualities add up to making Jennifer Lawrence extremely charismatic. The members of the collective see this as well, as they recognize her as their founder. She gave them hope and confidence in themselves, making them commit to her even more. She talks about food, they eat it. She jokes about lying in bed all day, and they use this to justify doing the same. This is totally irrational. Lawrence is a professional. When she lies in bed all day, she is getting well-deserved rest. The members of the collective use the actions of their leader to justify laziness. Not to mention, this religious group is unstable. If these members were thinking rationally, they would recognize that blindly following jokes made by a healthy, wealthy actress is absurd. They are engaging in unhealthy habits without any thought or understanding. They spend time watching her interviews and making movies in small groups, and this brings them closer together. They experience what I like to call collective effervescence. I predict that we will see this religion begin to fall apart in the near future.
So the collective is in line with Stark and Finke's ideas of how and why religious conversion and reaffiliation occur. So there's two parts of this. There's the social capital and the religious capital of the individuals that are considering joining the collective. So the social capital is essentially just their interpersonal relationships and ties, their social networks, and the religious capital is their mastery of the religion and their attachment to its religious culture. So with social capital, we have, as we've done studies, we've seen an individual who is looking to join the collective. They already have these social ties with the members of the collective, and these ties are outweighing those that they have with others outside of the other non-members of the collective. So they also learn that they can keep their previous ties and benefits and beliefs from before the collective, and this to them leads to thinking that there's little cost to the joining the collective, and they also have the benefits of the collective goods, such as the friendship and the food parties that they often have, and thus they affiliate. So with religious capital, we see as they become more close to their members, they learn that they can add one new doctrine of their own beliefs to the collective's actual beliefs. So this means that they have a chance to preserve their religious capital from before, which is an interest if they want to if they're considering to reaffiliate. So they see their actual doctrine being added and carried out as well when they join, which adds to their attachment to the religious culture, as they are a part of it, and they grow to become a part of all the other doctrine that has been added. And thus, they also re-affiliate, with both social capital and the religious capital working in hand in hand.
The growth of the collective lessened member commitment. As the Phlegon grew, it became even less exclusive, leading to less tension. Commitment became less extensive and less expensive, since little was required of members and they only have a few core beliefs. The collective has become, for many of its members, a free-riding Phlegon.
As Durkheim once stated, rituals are performed primarily because it is the object of venerable respect. Through this, the collective engage in rituals that emulate the actions of which Jennifer Lawrence encourages. This includes things like getting together and relaxing while watching movies and, of course, eating. It is seen that through these actions, inspiration of respect is represented. The collective thrives on the idea of bringing in what makes yourself who you are. When members of the group perform these rituals, it brings those collective ideas and thoughts and molds them into one, creating religious solidarity.
So, with consideration to their rise in re-affiliation and conversion, we now should move on to their present downfall in numbers and membership. And this is mainly due to a large schism that happened as a niche, as they raised to a higher niche. So what happened is we have these members who are continuously adding their individual doctrines. And with their individual doctrines continuing to be accumulated, of course, at some point there will be conflicts between these doctrines, whether it is between just two or even among many of them. And with this, the members begin to choose and pick which doctrine they want to actually follow, and without the collective and the selective, as those members who are willing to begin to raise themselves to a higher niche, and those that are unwilling simply fade into the rest of society.
So recently, secularization has been affecting religions all over the world. Secularization is the movement of a society from religious to non-religious. There is a debate over whether or not this is true, or if people are just moving from one religion to another. To help us understand how this works, we have a member from the religious group, the Collective, one of the groups currently being affected by secularization. Kylie, could you please tell us what has been happening within the Collective?
Hi, yes, thank you.